Hello and welcome to Tonic Studios. My name is Karen and today I'm here to show you how to make this Eternal Love Lantern. Eternal Love Lantern. I've cut all my pieces. Just gonna give you a quick run through of the instructions. I'm gonna take the die set away a second. So these are your instructions. You have comprehensive instructions. It has got quite a lot of pieces, but with the instructions it does make it very simple for you to build this at home. So I'm just gonna run through it with you. Obviously, referring back to the instructions myself. I'm going to leave that to the side. So we are going to start with the base. So I'm going to take some of these and some of these and some of these. Okay, so you've got, these are called your stage flat edge, and you fold them just along each of the score lines there. You can see I've already done these two actually, but I will fold another one with you. So you just take your score line. They're all scored. I mean, the dies are amazing for this. And just run your fingers along them. Again, with the other one. So just run your fingers along. And the other side, because you cut in the two sides at the same time with this, with just a score line in between. So you fold that score line as well, and your little glue tab needs a fold at the other end. Okay, so to start off we are going to glue two of these together. Change my eyes and get my glue, which was in my pocket.
Where did you pull that from?
Oh yeah, that's the wrong one anyway. It's the other glue I want. The one with the nozzle on it. Yeah, they are. There you go. I got one. I did bring a glue with me and I picked the wrong one up off the desk. I've got one with a precision nozzle and one without. But I do like the precision nozzle because it allows me to put a smaller amount of glue on. So we're going to get one of these and we're going to line up our score lines. So we make a nice long piece first, making sure you are lined up. Just hold that down because there's a little teeny tiny glue tab, so you do want to make sure that that is secured. So there's one of those ready. You do need to make two of these stage pieces. So I think we're going to make the two together. I should have made one upstairs actually. And then a Blue Peter moment. Here's one I prepared earlier. I do like those. It's been a busy morning. I've only just managed to get this cut. So we'll just fold the tabs on the other one. And we can get these two stage pieces made. So this is your flat stage. There are two ways of making the lid. I'm just going to bring them in for you to see. So this one has just got the flat stage for the lid and the base. And these ones have got the angled top and the angled base as well. So you can see those there. Because there are more cuts and you need more construction, I'm going to be showing you the angled base today. Didn't even think to say that. It is a modular piece, so you can use as much or as little as you want. You could make just a stack of drawers, or you could just make the lantern piece itself, or go the whole hog and layer them up. Okay, so we've got our second one. We're just going to put a little bit of glue on that. Pop this one on top. You can see the score line. Just line them up. If you've got a glass mat in front of you, you'll be able to use the lines to help as well on your glass mat to keep all of these flat. There we go. Okay, I'm going to go back to my first one because this glue will have dried a little bit more than the other. And we're going to fold all of these. Now, Mark's done the instructions for these. And I just went ahead and made them yesterday, not looking at the instructions. And he's actually done it differently to the way I would have. So, it's entirely up to you how you make this flat piece. There is another version on the instructions, but I'm going to do it just as I did it yesterday, actually. Because it was my first go at making... sorry, I've made the flat lid before, but I hadn't made the angled. So I had to have a little go. Our Vicky made the packaging for these for us because we were absolutely up to our eyes in it at the time. And Vicky always does our overflow. She's so good like that to us. So I've glued one in. I'm going to glue the next one. Let's bring that in. I mean, I'm hoping that when Leo does this, when she sees me gluing, she's going to speed me up a bit. And you won't have to listen to me and wait for the glue to dry. And then we'll bring the next one. I'll still talk over it all just in case. There's nothing like watching glue dry.
Kind of reminds you of the cooking channels.
Yeah. And we're stirring. And we're stirring some more. And I'm gluing some more. So the last one, I'm just gonna put some glue on that glue tab there, bring it around, but also bend that glue tab and put a tiny bit on there as well. And I can hold that at the same time. So there's me holding that one there, and we can pop that down onto the desk and push that down as well. And hopefully we're all... I'm going to get my little creaser so I can get into that edge. There we go. That's pushing that in nicely. And I can hold this one. Because it's such a small glue tab, but you do want to try and get that as flat on the edge as you can there. Get a nice 90-degree corner. Okay, so that's your first one of those done. We are going to finish by putting this on top. Okay, so I'm just going to put some glue around here. And that should hold that in place. So Mark does have a different way of doing this, but I have found that this way sticks quite easily. I didn't have any problems making them because I didn't think to look at the instructions just to make this. I thought, oh yeah, I know how to do that, but he has got a different way, but this does work as well. So I just found this way easier. Okay, so there's one of them. Now I am going to do that again. So hopefully Leo's going to speed up through this one. Adding in some nice mosaic. Because I'm just doing the same again.
That's the advantage of having the instructions written and you doing it a different way.
Yeah, it is an option then, isn't it?
Because maybe people are looking at the instructions like, I don't know
I don't understand. Yeah. I think sometimes if we do find a different way of doing things, we will try and show it.
It's kind of like maths in a way where there's different ways of working something out.
Yes.
And some ways just click better with other people.
Get into the same number but with a different way, yeah. But we do and sometimes you make it like this, like the instructions say, and that is fine. And it's not until you're ready to do another one and you just sort of muscle memory takes over and you think, oh, I know how to make that. That's just like this. And you make it a different way, even though that's not the way you've made it previously, or it's not the way in the instructions, but it's still, it works, you know? You just go, oh, yeah, I know how to do that. Because it just makes sense to you, kind of thing. So there we go. There's our second one of those. And I'll pop one of these on the top. Do I need this? Do I need this? Am I going to ruin it if I put this on? I can't remember how I did it yesterday. Let's do it. Let's do it.
You can edit it out.
Yep.
It's not right.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I've got a feeling there was one piece where I didn't actually have to put it on, but if it was there, it was there, you know. It didn't make any difference if it was there or not. So let's just pop that on. No, it is right. It is. It is. I remember it now. Okay, so those are our two flat stage pieces ready to go. So now we need to take, let's have a little look. We are making the beveled stage piece. Okay, so that's this. So for the beveled stage, you need two of these. Put these up there a second. So we're starting from the bottom up of our lantern. So I've already folded the score lines on this one, and I'm going to do the same on my second one. So fold along all of those. You can see what the score line is there. Come here. Come here. There you are. Right. And then the last one is there. Okay. And you also have a little glue tab there. Make sure that is folded really well, because you want that angle to be crisp on the corners there on that one. Okay, so to start off with, we're going to glue all of these together. So I'm going to do my angles first, my interior ones. Let's pop a little bit of glue on there, and then any excess you can just wipe off. It's nothing like watching paint glue dry. It's like at home at the moment I'm decorating, so watching a lot of paint dry. Delightful. And then when you bring that up, you can see that will go into that angle, because obviously it's going to be a 90 at the top. We'll do the same with this one. Where's my glue tab gone? There he is. I thought I'd lost him then. Okay. Bring that up, wait for that one to dry. So this has actually got some support in it. So if you imagine, it's quite a sizable box on the top. So it can either be a gift box or a lantern. It's quite a sizable box on the top. So we've got some support for this. So because you've got those angles, we don't want the cardstock to bend in the middle. So we do have some support pieces to put in as well. So let's join these together now. So pop a little bit of glue here. Just support it with your thumb and finger. Squeeze that together to get that to stick nicely. Just making sure all of your lines are lined up. Lined, too many words. Okay, so you've got that one stuck into position, and then a little bit of glue onto this angled piece, and we'll hold that into position as well. Hang on, get in there. Right, I'm trying to hold it so it's not in my hands are not in the way for you to see what I'm holding. So you've got that there. Good. And then we come around to this one to bring us into the square, because this is a four-sided lantern. So come on, stick nicely for me now. Okay, get under there. Right, there's that one. Just gonna hold that down. And wait for it to dry. We do use wet glue, and we say always to use wet glue. You do have to wait for it to dry, but the longevity of when you've made something as involved as one of these lanterns, you don't want it falling apart. If you used red liner tape on this, it's just going to pop because it's just going to want to pull against itself, pull away from it. So there's that. Okay. Right, I've held that into position, and now I have got this piece. You can see that you've got the right size there. So I am back with my extra piece that I should have glued on earlier. Right, I'm just going to pop this on. Actually, I'm going to put it onto here because this is the base. You don't necessarily have to go to the edges because it doesn't make any difference on the base. Nobody's going to see it. So we are going to place this centrally over here, and that will seal our base for us, leaving the same border all the way around. Okay. So I'm going to flip him over and I'm going to press that down from the inside so I can apply some nice pressure to that against the mat, because it's always easier to do it that way. Okay, so the next piece we are going to need is our stage piece. So we are going to put these together. So you've got your score lines and your little glue tab. So fold them all the same way. So fold in the center and fold your glue tab up. Put that there a second. And that one up. And your glue tab there. And then you just keep going around with them. So you will take this one and you will put on the back of the one with the glue tab, you'll put the one without the glue tab. So we'll glue that. This whole thing is a glue tab. And just line it up with his friend. And that's stuck into position. Fold that one down and do the same again. So we'll put some glue on this. Yep. And again, line him up. And that's 3 of them on. And the last one, we can pop some glue on here. Pop him on there. That's the one without the glue tab, going on to the one with the glue tab. And of course I'm left with one without, one with, and those two go together. So this is going to be your support inside your beveled stage. And you're going to add some glue onto these glue tabs, fold them out so they form across, pop some glue in, and then if you pop him in, turn him around, he is going to then lie flat inside there, providing you with that much needed support there. Now we can cover that like this with this extra one, which I am going to do just for stability. So I have added one extra of these, which is what I was doing when I made it yesterday as well. So I'm going to pop that on there, and that keeps everything square. You've got that to press up against, which is really good. You've got your stability, your nice support in the center. Now we are going to add on top of that one of our flat stages. Okay, so I'm going to put this side down, pop some glue around the edge. You can add some in the center as well, just to make sure that it's all, sorry.
I was about to say, it sounded like you realised what you were doing.
Yeah, yeah. Just need to make sure that that is all square. We don't want it at a funny angle, do we? So you get the top of my head in so I can check. Okay, that is our beveled base ready to go. I'm going to pop that to one side, and we are going to make the, what's the next piece? The drawers. So you have a drawer liner, a drawer sleeve, sorry, I should say, and that is 3 pieces. So you are going to glue these together and put the back on as well. So if we fold our glue tabs and our score lines, I love that our dies put all of these in for you, and they're so crisp as well. They only just need a little run along. I mean, if you do want to use your creaser to get a good crease on these, you can do, but to be perfectly honest, with something like this, it's not really needed. So this is the back to your drawer, and when I made my original one of these, I clearly didn't read the instructions because I didn't make one. So my drawer slips through the other way. So there's your drawer coming out, and there's your drawer slipping through the other side. Always read the instructions and you will know that there's a back for the drawer. So this is the back to your drawer shelf. I think have we got a shelf? Yeah, your drawer shelf. So I'm going to glue these together first of all. So a little bit of glue on the glue tab. It's our Nuvo Deluxe that we always use, so less is more. You really, really don't need a lot. Just make sure you are lined up. Again, using the lines on your glass mat if you need them, which allows you to get everything completely level. Okay, then I'm going to add this backing piece in. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the glue tab again. I'm going to put it along one of these long sides here. So get that right into position there and hold it down. Lovely. Okay, and then I'm actually going to build this up around this backing piece. So I'm going to glue this one in first, and then I'm going to flip to the other side. So we can hold that there. Just, oh gosh, this isn't very easy for you to see. For me to rub that glue tab with my creaser there and make sure that is level. Okay, then we're gonna do the opposite side. So that is here. Just hold that into place. Okay, and then last 2 glue tabs. Just along there and along this one, and we can glue these 2 together. So we will just run that along, making sure we're level. There we go. And then flip them over and use your smoother to go straight in there and hold your glue tabs down. So that is your little shelf for your drawer. So pop that to one side as well. We can do some construction right at the end, I think. These are your drawer pieces. So you're going to cut 2 of those as well. Flip one and overlap the bases. So let's fold all of our score lines. I am going to give this one a really good crease because this is going to go inside the drawer itself. So it lines the sides of your drawer. I haven't done it on this one, but you can line the base of your drawer as well. There is a nice square, bring this one back in because I did it here. There is a nice square that you can put inside as well. So let's fold all of these, just making sure they're all level, give it a nice crease. And the same on this one. Should definitely have done this earlier. Here's one I prepared earlier. Would have been nice. And when I do my score lines, I always try and make sure I am level with both sides of the drawer. So you can see that you don't want any overhang there. So you need to be nice and level. And you'll have a wonky drawer. And nobody wants that, Cam.
No.
No, indeed. Okay, so we're going to flip one of these. So you get all of your pieces like this. And we'll glue that together. So that is, it's warm in here. My glue is drying. Okay. A bit of ASMR glue in there, Cam.
You do like an ASMR video.
Yeah.
Snippets out of all the videos you've done.
There's another one for you. Just making sure that glue is bonded really well there. I'm going to construct the drawer now just by bringing those sides up. There's my glue tab. A little bit of glue. Not there. On there. And bring that up to get that to glue into position. Again, I'm going to turn him over, and it's a little bit dark, so you're not going to see inside here, but all I'm going to do is take my creaser and press that down just to give it a good bond there. Okay, and work my way around and do the same for all of the other edges. Make sure we get that good bond on there. We can hold that down and press him into place. Lovely. Okay. Another 2 to go. Bring that up. Hold him into position. Get him to grab. It is quite a quick grab glue, so you can hold it for a second and then let go and get some more pressure on it with that scorer. And then the last one, and we will hold that for a second. Flip him over and apply that pressure that's needed to get that glue to spread and to cover over that glue tab. So now we're going to fold these in. These will add an extra layer of stability because you're covering the glue tab. You're sandwiching that glue tab in between 2 pieces of card. So I like this detail on a box or a drawer, but again with this you do need to use something to hold it down and get that. It's spreading the glue more than anything. I don't know if you can see what you can't really see what I'm doing. I'm so sorry. Right, but I am going to do this for the other 3 as well, so feel free to come back to me when I've finished because there's not an awful lot for you to see. Push it down and then go in with my creaser. Number 3. Going down there, covering those glue tabs. Just pushing that in there. And the last one, pop them inside. And then I like to use this because it gets right into that corner and you know that your drawer is going to be sitting really nicely. One thing I didn't do was add my drawer front, but we can do that afterwards. So there we are. I'm going to pick which side I like the best because we always have a little bit that sticks out where we don't like it. So we're going to, because you've got your glue edge here as well, I tend to pick a front being the one with the fold. So I'm going to take my drawer front. So I've already cut this. I'm using one today because I'm going to show you how to use the little, what do we call it, the ring pull. So I'm going to show you how to use the drawer front with the 2 slits instead. So let me just pop that to one side. So here's your drawer front, here's your handle, here's your detail. I'm just going to layer these up. Pop that on top of that, nice little bit of detail, a little debossed heart on there. Push that down. Oh, sorry, I can't pick it up. Slide it off the desk. Okay. There we are. Okay. Give it a little curve in between the fingers. That's all it needs. It doesn't need anything. So it needs to sort of coax it into position. And then with these little score lines here, I'm hoping you can just see that. I'm gonna pop my thumbnail on it and press it back. And again with the other one, there's the score line there. I'm just going to pop my thumbnail on it and press it back. So you've got those. You're going to slide these into the slits in this drawer front. You can either push them apart, but if you just slide it through sideways, don't try and poke it straight down because that's not the easiest way to get it through. You need to sort of slide it sideways, but it'll just slide into there, giving you your drawer front. With your handles you can glue them out like this or you can glue them in on themselves. It doesn't really make any difference because you just put a little bit of glue under each side, hold them down, making sure they're central. He's not looking too bad there, is he? There we are. Making sure that's central and then just hold that down until it catches. And then we'll be adding more glue to this. Okay, I'm just going to pop this on the top. I have seen people wandering around the building, so I did think that perhaps that was going to happen some point today. Okay. So there's our drawer all put into position. There's our handle on the front ready to go, and we can slide him into our little drawer shelf. Okay, that's that piece done. Now we come to the sides. So you need 4 of these. If you are making a lantern, this is where you would cut your pattern into them. I am making a gift box. And I kind of ran out of time while I was cutting patterns. So all I'm popping on is just a little piece of your, oh god, I can't remember the name of it. No, this isn't Mariposa. Oh, this is
Something wine?
Mulberry
Yes,
wine?
Yes, that's it.
Goodness me. My brain has taken a vacation today. Okay, so I'm just going to pop a little bit of mulberry wine on top of this. God, we used Mariposa Moments for so long. It's ingrained in my brain.
I think it's because it starts with M as well.
I think so. So we do have a lot of decorative panels that you can use for this, but I am just doing this one today because it is basically just to show you how we construct it, but we'll make it a little bit pretty. Not all pretty, just a little bit pretty. So just going to pop some glue on these panels. To be fair, this box is so nice, it doesn't really need much in the way of decoration anyway. Okay, so second one on. Number 3. And they're not in any particular order, the patterns. I've just grabbed a sheet of paper and cut chunks off it. Did I go that way or that way? That way, I think, she says. Does she know? No, she does not. There we go, slide him. No, too far. Slide him over a bit. Okay. He's in position there. He is now. And my last one, just popping some glue down there. Turn him around. Okay. And that's my last, just a little bit of decoration for this one. Okay. So what we do with these, we use one of these to glue our, this glue tab here, just there. We use one of these to glue our lid to our main portion of the box. So we're going to fold this over. Now again, I've kind of done this a little bit different to what the instructions tell me. But again, it was one of those things. I'm like, oh, well, I know how to glue a lid on, that's fine. I'll just glue it like this. So I'm not going to do it differently because it's worked for me. And I'm going to fold my score lines on the side and the score lines on the base there. Okay, so we're going to do that for all of them. But for the other 3, we're actually going to glue this down. And by not trimming it off, by gluing it down, it does give us a little bit more stability. So just take your creaser, whichever one you've got, some sort of bone folder, and just run it over the top until that seals really, really well. And then fold the other 2. There we go. Good chin again, and I.
Give me some shot.
And I'll fold this one over.
You were saying about the lid of how you're doing it differently, but other people might also be doing it differently. Now that you've told them that you're connecting that to the lid, they might be doing the same thing.
Exactly,
like,
exactly. I did that. That is exactly what I did. And then I looked on the instructions and went, oh, okay. A bit late for that now, but I'm just doing it with the way I did it before because it worked. I mean, these are here as a guide for you, but at the same time, we're all crafters and we've all made boxes before and things. So we do sometimes do things our own way. On my last one, let's just glue the top of this one down. Run a little bit of glue along that edge. I put the glue so close to the score line because I know that when I rub over with this creaser, it's going to spread. So I know it's going to be enough to glue it down to the edge because you're spreading that glue out with the pressure, under pressure. And this last one, which glues to my base. There. Okay, so we're gonna glue these all together. The reason I'm making this modular is because I know that if I mix up where my back is going to be compared to my front, I know I can just turn it around before I glue it on, so I don't have to worry too much about it at this point. So I'm just going to glue them all in a line. I don't have to have these in a particular order because I know that they're all the same at this point. And then when I come to glue it together, that's when you can shout at me and say, no, turn it around. Your clasp is in the wrong place. So you do have panels that will cover these on the rest of your sides, but for the time being, as this is just construction, I'm just not worrying about that. It's just to show you how this goes together. I'm still amazed that I call this paper pad the wrong name. Leo's gonna kill me. She'll be screaming now.
Got it right in the end.
Oh no, we got it there. Between us, Cam, between us. But she will be going, I can't believe you don't remember the name of it. Because to be fair, it is fabulous. And this was mulberry wine it was, wasn't it? Yeah. So this was the one that we brought out during birthday week.
And we pretty much sold out of it in the US straight away.
Did we really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Loved
Oh, I'm
it.
sorry guys, I'm using it now. But, you know, you never know. We may have another one coming up during Cyber Week. Who knows? Oh. Never say that I'm a tease.
Leo's just gonna like turn you down.
I
No volume for you.
know. Yeah. Who knows? Who knows? We may not. We may not, Cameron. But we may. In fact, Leo said, why didn't you use the new one? I said, no, because I'm just going to say it. I'm going to call it the name. I'm going to do everything. She said, nobody will know. It's just a pretty paper. Nope. I'm not going to do that. Okay, and then just line this last one up. Let it patch either end, and then I'm going to press down in the centres. Come on, catch either end. There you go. And then I can run my creaser down again, and that is my main portion of my box. So this is going to be the back, this is going to be the front, and that's to go on there. Okay, my next piece is the angled lid. So we've already made our flat stage for it, and that goes that way because I want that nice side on the inside of my box. And then, oh god, do you know, I thought I hadn't cut those then. Like, I'm sure I had all those pieces left. Okay, so we've got these pieces left, and this is for our angled lid. Now, we don't have any stabilizing pieces in this because, of course, this is just the lid. There's no pressure going to be put on this. We just had those in the base instead. So to do the angled lid, what do we call it? Better find that, hadn't I? So this is the roof cap and roof slope. Okay, so I'm gonna bend all my score lines again. So, oh no, I'm doing this wrong line. So this one bends out and the others bend in. So this is a valley fold and this is a mountain fold. So you've got mountain and valley. So you bend that one up on itself. Okay, and then your little one in the side there, again, needs to be crisp. And he needs to be a little mountain fold as well. So mountain, little baby mountain fold in there. Give him a good press. And then this one's the valley fold. There you go. Last one, mountain, little baby mountain, a hill, perhaps. And then
A slope, maybe.
a slope. It is a slope. It is a slope. Okay, so we are going to form the squared off piece of this. So you can see there, we're going to attach those little glue tabs into there. Okay, a little bit of glue. God, my glue is drying out a lot down here today. It must be warm. Okay, hold that in place, take off any excess that's squeezed out the edge and try and get that as close to a 90 degree as you can. And again with this one, the same. Bend that down. Hold that into position. You can see where we're going with this, can't you? You can see exactly. Alright, hold that. Please stay. Nobody wants to watch glue drying anymore. I think they've had enough of that. Next one. Tiny bit of glue. And get that 90-degree angle as perfect as you can. So just press against it as well if you need to with your other hand here, supporting it. And then the last one, just squeeze some glue inside there. And just a little dot will do him. And then get that as close to a 90 as we can. Perfecto. Now with these slope pieces, you can see where this is going. The slopes are going to attach to these glue tabs here. So I'm going to fold all my score lines first of all. I'm going to give these a good crease because they need to be precise. As precise as we can get them, just like that. So next one there, and this one up. You can do my nails. Try and grab the card. Bit more ASMR there. So that's that one. And the next. I'm not even trying this time. I just can't get my nails underneath the card. And my nails are all a bit battered at the moment because we're decorating at home. So sandpaper and paint stripper and...
No point in making them pretty right now.
Oh, I don't paint my nails anyway. Leo's the one that's always got the really nice nails, but mine break a lot, and they are breaking a lot at the moment because of what we're doing at home. So last one. Give this a really good crease, and then we will construct our lantern stroke gift box. It's going to be a gift box today. Right, okay, so you've got your creased pieces. You're going to line them up with this glue tab. So pop some, take some dry glue off there, some glue just along that glue tab, and line up with this angle here. And it should fit perfectly. I'm going to have to lift it up a second to see. There we go, over a smidge. There you are. We can press down with that. It always gives us a good adhesion if we use our creaser to press down. Okay, a little bit more. Oh yeah. So this is number 2 going in. Down, and then go in with the big guns, Cam. That's what I'm going to do. Right. The only reason I'm popping that over the top of that is because I don't want to get glue on that glue tab just yet. So number 3, at least it's only 4-sided. You don't have to do any more than that. So I'll bring that up to there. Press him in and then go in with your creaser. You can see there where I've squeezed glue at the end. You can always clean that off. Out of the way. And last one, bring that back up. And fold those. Bit more glue. And then line him up. Nice. Okay, so that is your roof coming together. Now we need to, I'm going to go from the one that I glued first, give him a chance to dry, and we're going to attach these together. So just a little bit of glue on that glue tab there, and this is why you need to get your angles as precise as you can on this one, on your glue tab, so you get that nice crease there. Okay, and we'll work around. Not too much glue because you don't want it squidging out if you can help it, like that. You can always wipe it off though. And make sure you are lined right up there. That's better. It wasn't lined up. You can always give these, rest it on your mat if you do need to press down at all. Next one. Yes, again, pretty good there. Again, just give it a little press. Just to give it enough to hold. And my last one going in. And with your last one, you will find that it is trying to fight against itself. So push from the top as well, just to get that correct angle. And you can see there, I've pushed it into position and I'm holding it down underneath with my finger there. Okay, so that's the last one stuck there. And those will go. Oh, this one's coming off to see us. Do you know what? I think it's because it's so warm in here. I think my glue is drying before it's drying, if you know what I mean. There we go. So there's our angled sloped roof, and we're going to add that to the flat stage. So let's put some glue onto these. And get those glued down. It's quite important to have the nice crisp edge on this one, because you're just pressing against itself basically when you come to glue this down. So line it up, just hold a little bit of pressure from the top, make sure you don't buckle it is the only thing. So I just get, the only reason I keep turning is because I'm feeling where the edge is here, so I don't want to go over the edge, but I also don't want to put too much pressure. I'm holding it down here, but I don't want to buckle that either. So I know that if I just press here, I'm going to be able to use these lines just to glue that into position. And there is your angled lid. Okay, we're going to finish this off with the ring pull. Now this little piece, this little interesting piece here, you're going to fold all of these score lines. So we'll start with that central square. So there's those four. Then we're going to pull these tabs in. It's another two, and the same on the other side. Another two. Okay, and you're going to see where we're going. Once I've done this, you're going to see where we're going. So you're going to bring those in, and bring those down. And then your last score lines are these ones, and these ones go out. So you need to give that a good crease there. So the last ones will go out. Just these ones, these last four. Make sure you're bending in the right place. Okay, so we're going to construct this together. These are just going to go inside each other like this, and then we're going to bring these up on the outside. Okay, so to start off with, tiny dab on here. It's a very, very clever little die, this one. And this die set was Mark's. We usually think when we've got mechanisms and clever little bits and pieces, and Mark won't mind me saying this because we'd always amazed when he does something like this, because he's our memory book man, you see. He makes our memory books. But obviously, he is an amazing designer. So there's those two glued together, and we're going to do the same with these ones. So this is your showcase for this month, isn't it, Cam?
Yes.
Let's push that down. Hopefully by the time this video goes out, it won't have sold out. But anyway, you're going to need this for construction, aren't you? So it's for when you get it home. Right, so there's your little box that you've made there, and now we're going to glue these ones on top. Right, there's that one. And that one, so I've done the same, both sides, so that I can hold those down together. Okay, let's hold that into position. You can see what's happening here, can't you? You've got the little hole for your ring pull, like this. And we're going to just push that through here, she says. I did have a little bit of trouble with this yesterday because I hadn't left that one glue long enough either, funnily enough. So you push through from the rear of the die cut, from the wrong side, and it just goes straight through to give you that perfect, there's no gap, there's no nothing, it just sits perfectly in there. So I'm just going to add a tiny bit of glue onto here. It's such a precise fit that it's amazing. It's really, really good. Because I thought I had done it wrong yesterday, thinking that there'd be a gap around it, you know, to be able to get that through easily. But it's like a pressure fit. It just fits in there. It's really good. Really strong. So that is your top piece for your lid. Bit of glue on these because these are going to be touching. There we go. And we're just going to pop that on top there. Okay. Ready for your little ring to go through that, and just press down, make sure it all sticks. So we'll pop that to one side while we construct from the base up. So here are my 4 pieces. These are all going to go together. We're going to start off with our drawer. And we've got, on this die cut, I'm actually going to fetch the die in for you to see. You've got a lovely deboss line on it, which is your lining up point. This is very clever. So I'm going to put some glue on around, not too close to the edge because I don't really want it squidging out, but I do want it to stay where I put it. So we'll put a little bit in the centre as well. Let's have a look. Pick your nicest side, because we always have a nicer side than others, and just pop him down in the centre. I'm sorry for my head. I am going to make sure I am level on all sides, leave myself a nice border all the way around. And that is my drawer. So, like we were saying, you can just build up with drawers. You can have a nice tall drawer unit, which you could put the nice square top on. I think on the top would be nice, wouldn't it? Very good. And then we're going to go in with this one, which is our actual gift box piece. So here is the tab to glue the lid on. Now in the instructions it will tell you that you can bend this the other way, bend it out that way, and then when you line up, you're lining up with the edge of this piece here. But you know what? Mine worked. So I'm going in. I'm going in, guys. So let's pop some glue on there. And again, lining up. So I am turning it over. It's not going to be easy for you to see me doing this. So I am turning it over, and I'm going to pop that on, and I'm going to get that all lined up, ready to, yeah, that's looking good. Okay. Ready to stick on there. And we can bring him in and we can hold him. Lovely. Over there a little bit. Nice. And the only last thing we've got left to do, once we put this on top. Okay, so that's glued in there. All central, nicely. We can pop some glue on the bottom. Ooh, it's all gone quiet. And we can attach this to our drawer shelf. Okay, so that'll be a perfect fit for that. So you can open up your lid, you can get your creaser in there as well, inside, just to hold that down slightly, but you can do this by hand. Basically, you can just make sure you're all level. It all needs to be square. Keep turning and it will stick into position. So I like to make sure I'm completely, oh, I'm not even in the middle. Okay, so take the drawer out. You can also push from in there as well. And that is our box almost finished. Now I didn't bring any ribbon down with me and I forgot to bring a ring with me as well. So you've got your ring for your top there. So that is going to hang through there. But in one of these, we're going to put this little closure. Now, it's our last little bit of construction. So you bend along all these score lines and they all go in, out, and then that's another mountain there, and again this way, and that goes that way, there, and then this one flips over the top. Okay, so we'll glue all of these. It shows you in your instructions where you're adding your glue. So you've got a little bit there, so that's a little bit there, a tiny bit there, and a tiny bit there, because it is only a little teeny tiny piece. And then once these are glued together, we can pop that down, a tiny bit of glue on here as well. It's very well engineered, so that pushes down. Then these go in the center. Okay. Right, so that's glued into place. Oh, she says, I've pushed that together all wrong. There we are. Make sure your lines, your holes line up there. Lovely. Okay, so I've pushed that all together. We've got a little glue tab on the top which we fold over. I do have a little trick for this so you know you've got it in the right place. I'm just going to get a little bit of our low tack tape. Our lac tack. As Candice likes to call it. She typed it wrong one day. And we've taken the mick out of her ever since. Because we're like that. Okay, so pop this through. Okay, through the aperture at the front there, which is where he's going to live, because you're going to thread some ribbon or a rolled up paper, a little bit of a kebab stick or something. Make sure it's level with the top there, because you can see it just stands proud over the top of that. Then that's holding that into position. Put a little bit of glue on it. And this is my little trick for this. So I'm going to hold it down a second. That glue is going to transfer, and then I know where to stick it. So I know when I put that directly on top of that glue, it is in the right place. Fabulous. Right. There you go. Fold that down. Goes through there. And there he is, coming through the front. And that is your construction for your beautiful Eternal Love lantern die set. I hope that's made that a little bit easier for you. Thank you so much for joining me today. Happy crafting!